Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I'll be making these adorable fluffy bunnies that I had made with love for my nephews. They are soft, cozy and perfect as little cuddle buddies. So let me show you how you can make one too. So let's dive straight into the tutorial now. Okay, so the items that I will be using for these bunnies will be some filling cotton, chunky and plushy yarn, a 6 mm crochet hook, darning needle, black yarn for forming the nose of the bunny, a stitch marker, scissors, and of course some safety eyes. These are readily available on any online store. So we will be starting by making a magic ring first, and then we will make 6 single crochets into the ring. So this will be our first round, and at the end of this round we will be having a total of 6 stitches. Now pull the yarn to close the magic ring when you are done with the 6 single crochets. And now we will be starting with our round 2. Okay, so in this round you have to increase in every stitch by doing 2 single crochets in each stitch. Here I am placing a stitch marker first to mark your first stitch. Okay, and then I will be placing 2 single crochets in each of the stitches of the first round. So for this round we will be having a total of 12 stitches at the end of this round. So now we are done with round 2, and now we will be moving on to round 3. So for round 3 we have to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase in each stitch around. Okay, so this was our first single crochet, and I am placing a stitch marker now. And then in the next stitch I will do an increase. Okay, that means I have to place 2 single crochets, 1 and then 2. And then again in the next stitch I'll be placing 1 single crochet, and again in the next stitch I'll be placing 2 single crochets. So this pattern will be followed all around this round, and at the end of this round we will be having a total of 18 stitches. So I'll be completing this round and I'll meet you at the end of this round. And now we will be moving on to round 4, and in this round you have to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you have to do an increase. Okay, so here our first stitch and 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch again you have to do 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch you have to do an increase, that is 2 single crochets in 1 single stitch. So you have to do 2 single crochets and then 1 increase, 2 single crochet and then 1 increase. I will be also mentioning the written pattern also for your convenience if you are not able to follow the visual patterns. At the end of this round we will be having a total of 24 stitches. I'll be completing this round and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so round 4 is finished, and now we have to move on to round 5. So round 5, round 6 and round 7 will be having a very easy pattern. You just have to place 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. Okay, so the end stitches, total number of end stitches for round 5, round 6 and round 7 will be 24 only. Okay, the same number that was for round 4. So I'll be completing these rounds till the round 7, and then I'll meet you straight at the beginning of the round 8. Okay, so now we have reached our round 8. Okay, so for this round we will be doing 2 single crochet and then 1 increase, 2 single crochet, 1 increase all around this round. Okay, so I have placed my 1 single crochet each in the next 2 stitches. Okay, and then I'll be placing an increase stitch, 1 and then 2. So for the end total stitches for this round, it will be around 32 stitches. I'll be completing this round and I'll meet you at the end. So due to some recording issue, I wasn't able to record the start of round 9. So I have attached a picture here. So you have to start the round 9 by placing 1 single crochet each for the next 9 stitches. So this will be the visual pattern for round 9. So after placing 9 single crochet, you have to place a popcorn stitch, then 13 single crochet, popcorn stitch and 8 single crochet. So for the popcorn stitch, I have already made a short, okay, for the tutorial. So if you have any confusion, you can refer to that. I will be linking the video in the description box. Okay, so in this clip I am making 13 single crochets. That was after the popcorn stitch here. Okay, so after the popcorn stitch I am making 13 single crochets. Okay, so once we are done making our 13 single crochet, we will then move on to making the popcorn stitch. In this row 9, we are making a total of 2 popcorn stitch. So these 2 popcorn stitch will be acting the hands of our bunny. So once we are done with that, we will just make the remaining 8 single crochets of row 9, and then we are done with our row 9. So at the end of this row, we will be having a total of 32 stitches, including our 2 popcorn stitch. Now we move on to row 10 and row 11. So both of these rows will be having 1 single crochet each in every stitch. So at the end of both the rounds, we will be having a total of 32 stitches each. So you just have to place 1 single crochet and you are done with the rows. So row 10 and row 11 will be same. I'll finish these 2 rounds and I'll meet you straight at the start of the round 12. Now we have reached round 12. So start your round and make a popcorn stitch in the very first stitch. So this popcorn stitch will be forming our tail. Now continue with 11 single crochets, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch. Now after our 11 single crochets, we have to place a popcorn stitch in the next stitch. This will form our first leg. So guys, you must have seen that I've placed a stitch marker right next to the popcorn stitch. I have done this because it helps me clearly identify the next stitch so I don't accidentally skip it when placing my single crochet. You can count this as an extra tip also. After you're done with the popcorn stitch, you have to work 7 single crochets, again 1 in each stitch. In the next stitch, make another popcorn stitch, and this will be the second leg of our bunny. Now to finish the round 12, complete 11 single crochets in the remaining stitches, and at the end of this round we will be having a total of 32 stitches. Once you've completed round 12, this is the perfect time to insert the safety eyes. Now let's make the nose of the bunny using some black yarn. You just have to embroider it onto the bunny. This step also can be followed just after the round 12. Okay, so now we move on to round 13. So for this round you have to make 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. You have to repeat this sequence all the way around for a total of 8 times. Okay, and so for this round, at the end of this round you will be having a total of 24 stitches. So you have to make 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, a total of 8 times. I'll be completing this round and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so now we have to start with round 14. So for this round you have to make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. You have to continue repeating this sequence all the way around until you reach the end of the round. This will gradually close up your piece and shape it nicely. Start stuffing with filling cotton. Fill evenly, don't overstuff. So I started stuffing a little later here, but ideally you can begin adding the filling at the end of the round 13. So I think I was a bit late, so you can just start by the end of round 13 and not by round 14. Okay, because it will be easier for you. You will have a bigger opening to insert the filling. So yeah, go ahead and add the filling gradually, making sure it's evenly distributed so the body looks smooth and well shaped. Okay, now for the round 15, you have to make decreases all the way around. So work a decrease in every stitch pair. So simply make 1 decrease after another. Okay, so in total you'll do 8 decreases for this round, and at the end of this round you will be having a total of 8 stitches. Once you finish the round, make a chain 1 to secure your work. Then cut the yarn, leaving a long tail. This will help us neatly close the opening and weave in the ends. Finish the final stuffing before closing. Now let's close the bottom of the bunny. Using your yarn needle, insert it through the front loops of each remaining stitch around, like this. Okay, just insert your needle through the front loops all around. Once you've gone all the way around, gently pull the yarn tail to tighten and close the hole. Make sure it's fully closed and then finally weave the yarn end inside the body to hide it neatly. Okay. So here I will be passing my yarn needle through the body so that it's neatly woven through and through. Okay, so I've cut the yarn and here our body of our bunny is ready. Now we move on to making the ears of our bunny. So start by making a slip knot first and then you have to make 6 chains. And then from the second chain from the hook you have to start placing 1 single crochet each in the next 5 chains. Okay, so this was 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you have to turn your work, chain 1, and then you have to place 5 single crochets. You don't have to place any single crochet in the first chain, okay, because that is building a height. And in the turning chain you have to place 3 single crochets. Continue down opposite side of the chain and then place the remaining 5 single crochets. Once it's done, you have to chain 1 and then cut off the yarn. You have to cut the yarn a little longer because you have to sew this to the bunny, to the head of the bunny. So our ears are ready. Now to give the bunny's ear a more narrow and defined shape at the bottom, I'll just stitch through the base like this. Just watch. Here I am taking a darning needle. Okay. And then I'll stitch through the base like this. Okay, so it gives a very nice narrow down shape of the bunny and it looks very cute also. Here, and at the end I'll just let my needle come out here in the front like this so that our sewing part gets easy. So here our bunny with the proper shapes are ready. You have to make 2 of these. Okay, and so let's go and fix these 2 ears on the head of our bunny now. Position the ears around round 2 of the head, making sure they are evenly spaced on both sides. So I'll attach the ears and I'll meet you after that. And here our ears are attached, and with that our cute little bunny is all ready. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me till the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Hysterical Loops by Urhan. And I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments if you made one of these for your loved ones. Till then, happy crocheting!